in the middle of the great Tar Heel state of North Carolina, and we've got a dandy for you today, ladies and gentlemen. It's the beginning of the 2021 North Carolina Junior American Legion State Tournament, a tournament last played 2 years ago due to the COVID outbreak. Today we've got our hometown Matthews Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Post 235 from Matthews, North Carolina, against Carson Junior Legion out of China Grove, North Carolina. They are Post 342. This will be the first game of a round-robin group in the Stripes Division. We have the Stars Division and the Stripes Division here in the North Carolina Junior American Legion Tournament. Stripes Division will have Matthews Hooks-Orr, Carson, these two teams right here, along with the Davidson County Junior Hogs out of Lexington and Wayne County out of Goldsboro. The other group will have Cherryville, Kinston, and let's see who else you have in that group. Cherryville, Kinston, the High Point High Toms, Thomasville High Toms, and Morehead City. And the teams are lined up right now. I'm sure we're about to have the American Legion Sportsmanship Code and the National Anthem. So you'll pause for that now.
Defeat. I will keep my pride under in victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Fans, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, all you fans from Matthews, North Carolina, a suburb of the Queen City of Charlotte, this is Paul Santrezos, the public address voice of Matthews Hooks-Orr Junior Legion at Butler High School most nights. And now manning the broadcast booth here at Finch Field in the High Point Greater Metropolitan Area. And with me by my side from time to time today will be James Alberson of 485 Sports. We do want to thank James and 485 Sports for providing all the camera work and all the sound today. We do want to thank for that. And we also, of course, as always, want to thank Post Commander Mark Tofano and Hooks-Orr Post 235 in Matthews, North Carolina for sponsoring our Hooks-Orr Junior Legion baseball team. And what an accomplishment for this Hooks-Orr team. The very first year that Matthews has had a Legion team, senior or junior of any kind, and they've gone 20 and 7-1, including 4 consecutive victories in the regionals to make it to the state tournament this week. So we're very, very proud of our Hooks-Orr ball players. And setting the defense for you right now for Carson, we've got Taylor and Burleson are the pitcher and catcher duo. Simerson, Burris, Eford, Bradshaw in the infield, Russell, Barger, and Co. in the outfield. We'll go over their names a little more later when they come to bat. For Hooks-Orr, lineup, number 8, Sam Spratt, leading off in center field. Number 20, Liam Eide, designated hitter in the number 2 position. He's batting for number 9, Bryson Tarr, first baseman from Carmel Christian School. Batting third, number 42, Griffin Brooks at shortstop. Batting in the cleanup position, number 4, Weston Shouty at second base. Batting fifth, number 22, Luke Alexander at third base. Batting sixth, number 10, Peyton Creech in left field. Batting seventh, number 11, Dylan Jones right field. Batting eighth, number 28, Andrew Hempy catcher. And batting ninth, starting pitcher today for Hooks-Orr, Drew Heiser. On the mound today for Carson is number 3, Emory Taylor. Will be the starting pitcher to kick off the tournament for the Carson Cougars. Most players on this team from Carson High School. We'll go into that a little more later. And fans, let's sit back, enjoy the game today. We have a muggy 85 to 88 degree semi-hazy day in Thomasville today, right in the center of North Carolina. Leading off will be Sam Spratt for Hooks-Orr, and it's time for baseball here in Thomasville, NC. At the beginning of the tournament, here we go. First delivery, first ball swing, ground ball to shortstop, and the throw out to first. And it's going to be an easy 6-3 play. 1 out. And that was short to first. That was Eford to Simerson for Carson. Brings to the plate number 20, Liam Eide. Out of David W. Butler High School, out of Matthews, Sam Spratt, our first batter from Carmel Christian. First offering from Taylor is outside, ball 1. So no one on, 1 out in the top of the first. I get bat. Ground ball back to the box. And he'll underhand to first, and it's a quick 2 outs. A 1-3 play there. Now coming back from Carmel Christian School, number 42, shortstop Griffin Brooks. Very much the start that Taylor wants on the mound. Got 2 quick ground balls. Next to the double play off and the pitcher's best friend. And Griffin takes for strike 1 right down Tryon Street. We'll have to find out what the main street is in Thomasville or High Point. A little metaphor for a main street there. Fastball outside. It's 1-1. Hooks-Orr will try to set the table here with 2 outs. They've had many 2-out rallies this year. Nothing new to them. Breaking ball, a little slow curveball outside. Is 2-1. Brooks stepping in. Griffin will also be the goalie for Carmel Christian state champion soccer team this fall. And a Baltimore chop ground ball to second base. It looks like a routine play. And 3 up, 3 down. At the end, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We played a half inning. Hooks-Orr, nothing. Carson coming to bat. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball Network. All right, we're back live here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll set the defense for Hooks-Orr. On the mound is Drew Heiser out of Charlotte Catholic School. The defense will be Heiser and Hempy as the pitching and catching battery. We've got Tar, Shouty, Brooks, Alexander in the infield, Creech, Spratt, and Dylan Jones in the outfield. Lineup for Carson this afternoon, leading off number 1, Keegan Barger, center fielder. Batting second, the starting pitcher, number 3, Emory Taylor. Batting third at first base, number 21, Hayden Simerson. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 23, Jordan King. He is DH for number 14, shortstop Jacob Eford. Batting fifth, the catcher, Cam Burleson. Batting sixth and second base, Hunter Burris, number 4. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 22, Cody Russell. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 8, Aaron Coe. And batting ninth at third base, number 9, Will Bradshaw. Head coach of Hooks-Orr is Steve Brooks. For Carson, Blake Cauble. And Carson was able to get through the first inning 1-2-3 on 3 quick ground balls. If you're a pitcher, Taylor only threw 7 pitches that inning, and that's definitely the way you want to start a game. And Hooks-Orr will try to do likewise here on defense in the bottom of the first. As Drew Heiser finishes his warm-up pitches here, we'll be able to move to the bottom of the inning. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 8 teams in this state tournament for Junior American Legion. We have two round-robin divisions of 4, the Stars division and the Stripes division. This is the Stripes division. 2 divisions of 4 teams each. Each team plays every other team in its division once. The 2 teams with the 2 best records in interdivisional play will move on to the Final 4, which will be a single elimination knockout tournament. Those games we played on Sunday and Monday right here at Finch Field in Thomasville. Other stadiums being used for this tournament will be Truist Point Park, home of the High Point Rockers. Will be bringing you the game tomorrow night up in High Point, and also Holt Moffitt Field in Lexington. Now, leading off the bottom of the inning will be for Carson, will be number 1 center fielder Keenan Barger. As Heiser will start it off for Hooks-Orr in the bottom of the first. First delivery. Breaking ball missed outside. Ball 1. Hooks-Orr players representing several, mostly private, some public high schools in the Charlotte area. Strike 1. A swing and a miss on another breaking ball from Drew Heiser. It's a 1-1 count. Ball and some good movement on it there. Whereas most of Carson plays for Carson High School in China Grove, home of the Cougars. Breaking ball, looks like he may have missed with that one. And it's a 2-1 count. Bottom 1, no score. Here we go. Breaking ball missed outside, 3-1. Heiser settling down, checking the sign. And he gets the outside call for a strike. It is a 3-2 full count. Throwing mostly breaking balls, it looks like, at the moment, and he's hit the mark with 2 of them. And he missed with a low fastball, ball 4, and we have our first base runner of the game. That'll bring up Emory Taylor, the pitcher, number 3. In the second position, Heiser will go from the stretch here. That's the first base runner of the game. Again, a muggy afternoon here in Thomasville. Hazy to partly cloudy, but very warm, humid summer day in the Tar Heel State. Breaking ball high, and it's ball 1. Typically don't want to let the lead man on. The lead man will typically have some speed, and we'll see if that's the case here with Barger at first base. Breaking ball outside, ball 2. We have a 2-0 count for the number 2 hitter, number 3, Emory Taylor. Heiser checks the sign and the pitch. Straight up, we have a pop fly. Andrew Hempy, the catcher, is calling for it and makes the putout. So 1 in the well for Hooks-Orr. We have a man on first, 1 out, and that brings to the plate the third batter, number 21, Hayden Simerson. Simerson now the batter. 7 varsity players on each team. Both these Junior Legion teams, you'll see a mix of varsity and JV players the whole tournament. Both these teams have 7 each. The other teams in our division have 5 each, as far as I can count. As far as I can tell. Slow curveball finds the mark. Strike 1 to Simerson. We have an 0-1 count on Simerson. Barger on first. No score, bottom of the first. In this first round-robin playoff game here in the Junior Legion State Tournament. The delivery, strike 2. He goes for second, and whoa! Just got under the tag. It was a good throw from catcher Andrew Hempy. Second baseman Weston Shouty tried the sweep tag, did not make it, so it's a stolen base for Keenan Barger. He's in scoring position with a swinging strike with an 0-2 count. Barger taking a lead off second. Heiser looks him back. Scoreboard is not operating out there today. We believe we have a 2-2 count. Finch Field, classic minor league style looking ballpark. You got advertising signs all over the outfield wall and a very deep left center field. Up high and outside, and that should run the count full. We've got 330 feet to dead right field. There's no dimensions posted elsewhere. We'll talk about that again in just a moment. Payoff pitch coming from Drew Heiser. We'll need to get this pretty close. Here we go. Nope, inside, ball 4, misses the inside curveball, and we have 2 base runners. Both on free passes. Still potential for a double play ball, but now you have the cleanup hitter, big left-hander, number 23, Jordan King. He is DHing for the shortstop, number 14, Jacob Eford. We have 1 out. Score, Heiser throwing mostly breaking balls so far. Infield at double play depth. No score very early. Heiser comes to a stretch. Runners not being held at the moment. And a swing and a sharp foul ball down to the right field line. It is foul. So it's 1 strike on Jordan King. This ballpark, Finch Field here in Thomasville, has a very deep left center field and turf and grass that has a run uphill up to the fence, making it a difficult target for hitters, but a safety zone for outfielders chasing long fly balls. Very safe thing to have in there. Outside breaking ball, it'll be 1-1. Heiser trying to line that slow curve. Has only landed with half of them so far. Infield at deep depth for the number 4 hitter. Runners not being held close at the moment. And the pitch. Fouled off. Fouled back to the screen. It's going to be 1-2. We have a scoreboard, big Finch Field scoreboard in left field. We have sponsors, advertisements all over the outfield walls like you'd see in most minor league ballparks. A real slice of Americana. Very nice ballpark here in Thomasville. Every seat in the house is very nice. And I'm not going to lie to you, I love this view from the press box right now, right behind the screen. We have a 1-2 count on the hitter Jordan King now. Not holding the runners close, just looking for a double play if we can get it. The pitch fouled off his foot. So Jordan King stays alive. We've got a 1-2 count. This Hooks-Orr team, the last 2 games, has gotten out of a lot of defensive jams, turned double plays. The boys have done a really, really fine job with that all year long, especially in the last few weeks. And Heiser sets and delivers. That's going to be straight up to center field. Deep fly ball circling back in center field. And it's going to drop. He relays the ball into Griffin Brooks, relays it home, but the throw is going to be too late. Unfortunately, a misjudge and a wild throw back to the fence. Jordan King ends up on second with a double. Sadly, that was looked to be misjudged by Sam Spratt in center field. Probably getting used to that raised warning track, which is a little unusual in this ballpark. And Carson has a 1-0 lead. Simerson on, Jordan King on second with a double. And that brought Keenan Barger home with the run. Outfield may take a little getting used to in this ballpark, but it's a 1-0 Carson lead. Men second and third, 1 out. And the number 5 hitter, Cam Burleson, the catcher, up now. That was a tough break early for Hooks-Orr, but a long game still ahead. Ground ball right to Luke Alexander, and he's going to try and hang him up in a rundown. And he's got him. Luke Alexander, alert play at third base on a little ground ball. Look, the runner was trying to get home. That was the third base. That was the runner, Hayden Simerson, trying to break for home with a ground ball, but Luke ran him down through to our catcher, Andrew Hempy, who threw it back and was able to make the tag. And we've got 2 outs. Big out on the bases for Hooks-Orr. And that is 2 outs. Now the batters now Second baseman Hunter Burris now the hitter. We have 2 outs, 2 on. It's 1-0 Carson. First swing, it's a foul tip. No, correction, not a foul tip. It looked like you got a piece, but the umpire said no. It was a missed swing, and the ball was mishandled by catcher Andrew Hempy, and the runners advance to second and third. And fly ball to center field is going to be caught by Sam Spratt, and that's all she wrote for the first inning. So for Carson this inning, we have 1 run on what appears on 1 run on 1 hit, 1 left. At the end of 1 inning, it's Carson 1, Hooks-Orr 0. This is the Hooks-Orr Legion Post 235 Baseball Network. All right, we get ready for the top of the second inning right now. Hooks-Orr trails Carson 1-0. And we'll start with the cleanup hitter, number 4, Weston Shouty, second baseman out of Carmel Christian School. Covenant Day School. The guys on the bench are going to give me grief for this one. 2 very solid Christian schools, almost located right next door to each other. And I get those C's confused. My fault. No, Weston plays for the Covenant Day Lions. I will make that very clear here. My bad. Okay, first pitch of the inning. Fastball outside, misses, ball 1. No, strike 1. The umpire's got a very slow call here. Takes his time with it, so I'm going to wait to deliver the call. It is 1 strike on the outside corner to Wes Shouty. Pitcher Taylor throwing some pretty good heat right now. Foul ball, good cut, but a foul ball by Weston. It's 0-2. Hooks-Orr want to get some base runners here. Went out a bit too quickly in the first inning. But a long game ahead and a lot of baseball, much baseball to be played here. 0-2 pitch. And he went for the slow lollipop curve there. It's 1-2. Not a bad waste pitch, actually. So Shouty digs back in from Covenant Day. And strikes him out on a fastball low and away. And we have 1 out in the inning. 1, 2, 3. Test. That'll bring to the plate third baseman Luke Alexander, who was instrumental in that rundown play last inning. Luke hitting over 500 this year, one of the 2 highest hitters on the team, along with Griffin Brooks. Luke is from Carmel Christian School. That one I've got right. Okay. Taylor has set 4 down in a row so far. That was the first strikeout of the game. Slow delivery, and that's a strike. We've got a 1-1 count here. Slow curve outside. That'll be a ball. 2-1. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Taylor's getting into a groove here. 2 up, 2 down, 2 quick strikeouts. Which brings to back Sun Valley High School's Peyton Creech, number 10, starting left fielder. As Peyton will try to get something going for Hooks-Orr here. Down 1-0. We have yet to have a base runner. There's a drive, and there it is. Right center field base hit for Peyton Creech. A laser shot, right, Texas Leaguer, right between first and second base. A nice line drive, and we have a base runner with 2 outs. Peyton Creech with the single. That brings the bat David W. Butler High School's right fielder Dylan Jones, number 11, with 2 outs. And we'll hear some chatter coming from the Hooks-Orr bench. 2 outs, man on first. He'll want to watch Taylor's front foot. And the delivery. Foul back to the screen. It's 1 strike. Jones going to, with 2 outs, try to move Creech over to second. But Creech will be going on the crack of the bat with 2 outs. Here we go. Slow curveball outside. It's a ball. 1-1 to Dylan Jones. I was saying earlier, North Carolina is big American Legion baseball country. 4 American Legion World Series champions have come out of the state from Gastonia, Albemarle, Shelby, and Charlotte over the years. The last North Carolina team to win the Senior Legion World Series was Charlotte in 1965. Those of you listening from out of state, Shelby, North Carolina, between Charlotte and Nashville, is the national home of the American Legion Senior World Series. And a rip to right field, base hit by Dylan Jones. Sharp line drive, and then we've got something going with 2 outs here. Can hear the chatter coming from the Hooks-Orr bench. 2 on, 2 out. And from Covenant Day School, yes, Hooks-Orr bench, I do have that one right. Little humor there. Number 28, Andrew Hempy, catcher, plays for the Covenant Day Lions. So a clutch situation here for Hempy and Hooks-Orr. 2 out, 2 on. And they finally were able to measure Taylor a little bit there with a couple of singles. Not hold him close. Ground ball, but that looks like it will end the inning. Right to shortstop, unassisted putout. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left at the end of 1.5. The score is Carson 1, Hooks-Orr 0. This is the Hooks-Orr American Legion Post 235 Baseball Network. Once again, fans, all of us here at Matthews Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball would like to thank Mark Tofano, the post commander for Matthews, North Carolina, American Legion Post 235, and the entire post for sponsoring our Junior Legion team this year. So we go to the bottom of the second. I've got James Alverson of 485 Sports on with me to provide color commentary. He's been kind enough to handle all the technology today, so here we go.
Yeah, I believe we got everything set back up. Got the scoreboard set up here on the screen and everything. A little bit off at the home plate camera. We'll try to fix that in between innings.
First pitch, slow curve, right down Broadway, strike 1. The batter's number 22, Cody Russell. hard-hitting left fielder. He hit one off the fence the other night in the game against the High Toms in their regional game. And that was at Carson High School, strike 2, so we come right in with 2 breaking ball strikes to start the bottom of the second. Hooks-Orr is down 1-0. A lot of baseball left to be played here in Thomasville. Delivery, good one to waste, a low fastball in the dirt. It's 1-2.
Welcome feedback from everybody as we try to get these cameras set up just right and get the scoreboard right. If there's anything's in the way that's disturbing your view, please just reach out to us and we'll get that fixed as quickly as we can. We've got a couple of young guys helping us out on cameras that are outside
2-2.
First and third.
We have a 2-2 count. Mostly breaking balls coming from Drew at this time, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout recorded of the day for Drew Heiser, and a good way to start the inning. We have 1 in the well. Now we have left fielder number 8, Aaron Coe. Actually, correction, right fielder Aaron Coe. And again, this Carson team, clearly they know each other very well. They have 6 varsity players from the Carson Cougars. A big fly ball right field. Tracking it down is Dylan Jones, and he makes the grab. 2 outs, so 2 quick outs. That's going to help the defense get settled down a little bit. And we go to the number 9 hitter, number 9, Will Bradshaw, third baseman. Yeah, again, Carson's team is almost all Carson High School varsity and JV players. I mean, these guys clearly know each other very well, very tight. Ball club, I'm sure. And with a 20-2 record coming in, they have a left-handed pitcher from Mallard Creek near Charlotte as well. Ball outside. Most of our Hooks-Orr team from Carmel Christian School, Covenant Day, Charlotte Catholic, David W. Butler High School. We have 1 from Providence High School, 1 from Sun Valley, and a couple from Charlotte Catholic. Ground ball, ooh, just foul, just to the left, just to the west side of the bag there.
And what that does when you've got kids that are playing from multiple different cities, they've been or multiple different schools, they've been coached by different coaches, so they may have a little bit different approach to each at bat. Whereas with the Carson guys, they've kind of been together, they all know what each other is anticipating, so it can make it a little bit more difficult for the kids from the bigger cities.
That may be very well true, no question about it.
You see that a lot in AAU basketball as well. Schools that are teams that come from smaller outlying cities that there's only one team for the city kind of tend to do a little bit better.
Yeah, that is the tendency. And the pitcher Drew Heiser a little bit outside and missing with that outside pitch on a little bit. And we'll see if Blue down there can give us the count.
2-2.
Looks like 2-2. Okay. Outfield scoreboard. This is a little hard to see from up here. There it looks like could be a Texas leaguer. It will be. So the number 9 hitter, Will Bradshaw, with 2 out, drops in a Texas League single right behind shortstop Griffin Brooks and in front of left fielder Peyton Creech. Difficult one to reach. It'll be 2 outs with a man on first. So it brings Keegan Barger back to the plate. Drew Walker's first time up. He's the center fielder. And we'll say this, Coach Steve Brooks and his coaching staff have done a wonderful job with team chemistry at this team. I can tell you that being on the bench with them. Very tight-knit bunch of guys who genuinely like each other and have learned to work well together despite being from different high schools.
And I think that's a big testament to the coaching staff and their willingness to be out there and,
Yes.
and to come together quickly and to learn from each other and learn from their coaches and then take that back to their high schools.
Exactly, exactly. And there's a drive to right field. Dylan Jones coming in. Oh, just passed. And it's another Texas leaguer.
Got him from behind.
From behind. Oh, wow. Almost. A big base running error by Will Bradshaw there. Dylan Jones is alert. Gunned it to Griffin Brooks, but just under the tag was Will Bradshaw. So 2 Texas League singles in a row.
A couple of good heads-up plays there, though, by the shortstop and the right fielder there to try to get what they could get.
No question about it. They recovered very quickly. So we have 2 outs, 2 on. Pitcher Emery Taylor up. He fouled out to the catcher last time. Nice catch by Andrew Hempy. Breaking ball just missed outside. That second single just beyond the grasp of second baseman Weston Shouty.
And it'll be interesting to see if they make an adjustment on the second trip through the lineup as to bring that outfield in a little bit.
Yes. And that looks like that's exactly what they're doing here. The delivery from Heiser. Did he catch the inside corner? Yes, he did.
He did. Good pitch.
Definitely was. Had some movement near the end there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a great pitch. You saw the batter almost bailing out on it as he thought it was coming inside, and then it just broke right over the inside corner. Great location.
Yeah, my high school coach taught me the curveball, taught me to aim for the batter's head and just trust it was going to break. That was how I was trained. Phil Klein, if you're out there, thank you very much.
That's a little bit different than my great-grandfather who played for the Yankees in the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
Taught me that if you throw at one of the first three batters, everybody else will be nervous.
If you got Randy Johnson's speed, I could definitely see that.
It was a different era back then.
Oh, it was. And pitch coming in. It's a foul ball to the right. And strange to see the count. It's tough to see out there.
I can't see the count at all.
Yeah, it's a small little scoreboard beyond the left center field wall. And even my glasses, I'm really strained to try to see it. But we have 2 outs, 2 on. Runners not being held terribly close right now. They're probably just going to try and get the batter. Here we go. Delivery coming up from Heiser. Slow curve. High. Can of corn to center field. And shoot. Spratt with a beat on it. Makes the grab. So no runs. 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. At the end of 2, we've completed 2 innings. The score, Carson 1, Hooks-Orr 0. This is the Hooks-Orr Legion Post 235, Legion Baseball Network.
And I'm going to go try and adjust this camera real quick.
Sounds good. Who was your grandpa on the 20s Yankees?
It was a guy named Jack Hawkins.
Jack, I think I've heard that name.
He was a very seldom used bullpen type pitcher, played third base, shortstop as well.
Wow.
He didn't get much rotation, played for about half a year.
With the Babe and Gehrig.
Wow. I got a baseball card that is
Oh,
retirement.
man, that is amazing. That is amazing.
It's a team picture. And it's,
Wow.
It's amazing.
That is
Coolest
too,
things I own.
that is too cool.
I want to go make a couple of adjustments.
Doing good, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get back to the live action here. Top of the 3rd inning, a very tight ball game so far. And it looks like we're going to see Kent Blankenberg, number 5, pinch hitting. He's out of Carmel Christian School. According to Griffin Brooks, a broadcast partner for Carmel Christian basketball games. But he's pinch hitting to lead off the 3rd. Fastball right down Broadway, swing and a miss, strike 1.
I know you mentioned Carmel Christian. I coached at Victory Christian for a little while, and that is one of the most outstanding facilities at Carmel Christian that I have seen at a high school in a long, long time. Yeah. Beautiful building, great faculty and staff over there as well.
Yeah, I'm humbled to say I go to church there, so I do know a lot of them. And I am in total agreement. 1-1 count to Kent Blankenberg. And there's a drive center field, base hit! Sharp single to center field for Kent Blankenberg off the bench, coming through. And that's the 3rd hit for Hooks-Orr. And that'll go back to the top of the order. Center fielder Sam Spratt. Spratt struck out He grounded out in the first pitch 6-3 last time. So Blankenberg's going to want to watch pitcher Taylor's front foot. Fastball, delayed call from the umpire. Looks like it's going to be ball one. Umpire's a little slow. Some umpires are, some are not. That's okay. With his strike call, just got to wait for what he says down there. And the throw to first, trying to keep Blankenberg honest, and he gets back to the bag just safely. So 1 on, no one out for Hooks-Orr at the top of the third at Finch Field in Thomasville, in a major furniture manufacturing region of the United States and the world, in fact. High can of corn, looks like. Sky-high pop fly to left field. Mets draws trouble. It drops. Dropped in between shortstop and left field, and we've got something going here.
Just could not get it. Looks like the left fielder was trying to come in as quick as he can, but I think he thought that the shortstop was going to call him off because there was a little bit of a hesitation. Again, we're at a Coastal Plains League stadium, so the dimensions are a lot deeper than a typical high school field. So the fielders are playing where they think they should, but they're actually probably about 10, maybe 20 feet too deep, and I think we saw that there.
Which may explain why usually sure-handed center fielder Sam Spratt might have had trouble with that fly ball in the first inning in center. And laying it right down for the sacrifice bunt, going to third. Ooh, nice play.
Beautiful play.
Beautiful recovery right there on a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, we can take a look at that again on replay.
We need to see that one. That was well executed. Not an easy one to pull off. What happened, folks, Liam Eide laid down a sacrifice bunt trying to move the runners along, but pitcher Emory Taylor right on top of that, gunned it to third, and got the runner just in time. Not easy. Hard work to field bunts like that. Not easy to do on a regular basis. Give him credit on that.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to give credit where credit's due on that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. 1 out. Griffin Brooks up. Number 3 hitter. He's hitting over 500 this year. So we have 2 on, 1 out. So Coach Brooks has shown a willingness to lay down those balls this year on those bunts.
Well, you got to play small ball in a park with much larger dimensions because it gives you that extra chance. If nothing more than mentally, it gives you that chance to go out there. And we saw that in the College World Series when they first moved to Ameritrade from Rosenblatt, how small ball became such a huge factor.
That's it. There's a fly ball to right field from Griffin Brooks. It looks like it's going to be tracked, caught in right field. Runner at second will tag, and he's going to make it to third. So a sacrifice fly to deep right field for Griffin Brooks, but that'll be 2 outs. And that got Sam Spratt over to third.
Good opportunity here to maybe do something to try to advance the runner over to second and maybe see if you can get a mistake on the throw.
Hope to try that. Risky, of course, 2 outs, but at this level, definitely well worth the shot. Weston Shouty up now with 2 on. And he drives. If he can get to sit in center field, will not. It goes right to the center fielder. The ball is caught on a line drive by center fielder Kenny Barger, and that's all she wrote for the Hooks-Orr in the third. So we have no runs, 2 hits, no errors. We leave 2 on base at the end of 2.5 innings. The score is Carson 1, Hooks-Orr 0. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Radio Network.
Back.
Thank you very much. All right, we're coming to the bottom of the third now, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change here. We got number 32, Cole Panatti, now in from Providence High School. Plays for Providence High School's JV. He's had some good closing. He's had some good saves in there for Providence, for Hooks-Orr this year. And Steve Brooks making no looks like he wants to give the opposition a lot of different pitching looks.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we did a lot of when I was coaching high school ball, especially as we were in pool play, particularly early in the season. Rotate through, try to save pitch count, and then just see who settled into a groove maybe in game 2 or game 3. Of course, the risk of that is if you're throwing everybody out there, you're going to run through your pitchers quicker. So I think you got to make a calculated guess. It's 1-0. It's not a particularly – the score is not gotten away from anybody by any stretch. So interesting decision.
Yeah, interesting decision indeed by Steve Brooks. It's paid off for much of the year, though. He's done this kind of thing a lot. Idea have as many pitchers down the bench as you can have, so that when you have a long tournament like this, they can come on in lend a few. We'll see if it pays off. Breaking ball outside from Cole Pennati. He is facing big Hayden Simerson, the first baseman, walked his first time. Both Simerson and Jordan King, the next hitter, both play on Carson's varsity. Second pitch, looks like, nope, 2 balls.
2 balls.
Missed a little low.
A little bit low.
Two-0 count. Hooks-Orr down 1-0, bottom of the third. And swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
That's a good pitch.
Very good pitch.
Started well in the zone, kind of came to the outside a little bit, not a lot. Got
and
the
looked
pitcher
like
to bite on it.
Broke at the right time. So 2-1 now. And locates it right in that same spot.
Same
2-2.
spot.
Yep.
Beautiful pitch again.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent command early here in his pitching rotation.
Most definitely.
Shaking off signals at the same time, too.
Yeah.
Very confident.
Very confident. And a cue shot. What a grab at second base. Wes Shouty.
Let's take a look at that.
Oh, we got to take a look at that one. Covenant Day Lions second baseman, Wes Shouty, with a beautiful backhand stab of that line drive, and that takes a big hitter out of their lineup.
And I tell you, the way that ball was hit, I'm not sure. That might have gotten through for 2, depending on, I don't know how fast that young man is, but it was headed to the gap.
It definitely was.
Would have been an interesting shot.
Yeah. Which brings big Jordan King to the bat. He's designated hitter, number 4 hitter. He doubled over the center fielder Sam Spratt's head the first time up. Looked like Sam may have been getting used to that outfield a little bit on that play, and it looks like a ball 2.
It's got that unusual warning track out there. I think I heard you talking about that earlier. Almost like Clemson's at Kingsmore Stadium.
Right. And that is a bit before my time, but just as I began to follow baseball, the Cincinnati Reds were just finishing playing at Old Crosley Field.
Okay.
I think their center field had one like that. Houston's Minute Maid Park has one deep in their park, just a little bit. But this one, and I think Lexington has this too.
So that's where we're at tomorrow, is that right?
Lexington, we're there Saturday.
Saturday.
So that takes a little getting used to. It's good. It's for outfielder safety.
Right.
Of course. But if you're not used to that, it can take a little used to if you're an outfielder. When you circle back to those
and it's interesting
balls.
as it flows over to right field, it kind of levels back out.
That's right.
Definitely a unique stadium here. It's one of the great things about these type of parks.
I like to say stadiums like this and ballparks like Fenway Park remind me of the electroshot shooting gallery I had as a kid. Remember those?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, big drive to deep right field. No, looks like Spratt's got a beat on it and makes the play. So 2 outs and 2 big guys to get out too.
They've definitely settled in on where they want to play in the park right now. I think everybody's comfortable where they're at. I don't think the long ball is a threat at all today. No. So it's definitely trying to play the gaps and be ready to jump on anything that kind of comes up short.
Catcher Cam Burleson now up. He's the number 5 hitter. Last time up, he hit into a fielder's choice. That went 2-5. Catcher to third. Looks like first pitch is ball 1. And the delivery from Cole Pennati. And that curveball fooled him. Again, went for the head, dropped it right down the breadbasket.
Beautiful pitch.
It really was. 1-1 call from Cole Pennati. He's had some really good relief innings for us this year. Oh, trying to lay down a bunt. He does. Pennati fields it. Can he make the play? Oh, he beats it out, but a very nice try there. And a gutsy bunt by Cam Burleson.
We can look at that replay real quick and just it does appear he definitely beat it out, but
Yeah.
it was definitely close.
Most definitely.
Just a little
Both
bit
teams
behind.
clearly willing to play a lot of small ball and use that bunt to great effect. I've seen this bunt, the teams that can bunt and can't defend against it. I've seen teams that can bunt in this league take advantage of those that cannot defend well against it. That's for sure. Something I know both these teams know very well.
Absolutely.
Or you wouldn't get to this, or you wouldn't be playing this weekend.
Well, and you know, at this level, it's so hard with the amount of time that you have available in practice. Oh, he had him.
Oh.
Now, I'm assuming that's a dead ball as
Yeah,
it
that should be
bounces
dead.
over the fence there.
And a wild pickoff throw from Panatti.
He had him, though.
Yeah. So 2 on, 1 on, and 2 out, 1 on and second. Panatti with the delivery. Swing and a miss.
I tell you, though, his pitching is outstanding. I mean, it's one of those things. He may be just as he settles into his high school career, he's going to have a lot of opportunities ahead of him.
Yeah, he will. Still an underclassman, and he's at Providence High School, home of the Panthers. Fine program there. He's finished 20-5 this year, I think. And he was JV this year. So it looks like got a 1-2 count. Hooks-Orr will try to close this out. They have a man on second. Down 1-0. Panatti looks him back. Stretch and deliver. Foul ball. So still battling at home plate is second baseman Hunter Burris. Made the last out in the first inning. So the Panatti-Burris battle continues here at Finch Field. Stretch and delivery. Baltimore chop ground ball to third base. Luke Alexander across and gets him at first. A 5-3 putout, and that'll be all she wrote for Carson in the bottom of the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've gone through 3 innings here at Finch Field in Thomasville. The score: Carson 1, Hooks-Orr 0. In the first of a round-robin threesome. 3 games in a round robin as we open up the State Junior Legion Tournament. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Network. That looks like he's staying. I suppose someone can get me a Gatorade down there.
All right, I'm going to turn you back up live. I'm going to go do some checks.
All right. All right, folks, we've got a very tight one here, a 1-0 ball game between 2 very solid defensive teams from what we can see so far. And top of the fourth will lead off with number 22, third baseman Luke Alexander. Or as I'd say at the ballpark, Luke Alexander, in my public address voice. But I don't want to wreck the microphones today, so we'll go on with the top of the fourth. Here we go. Taylor really bringing some heat here, but that's ball 1. As Luke Alexander will try to start things off in the top of the 4th inning from Carmel Christian School. Fastball inside, 2-0. Peyton Creech is on deck, singled sharply to right. That was our first hit of the game. And Luke will try to get a start at top of the fourth. High fly ball, looks like a can of corn, and that's going to be tracked down and caught by the right fielder, Aaron Cohen. It is 1 out. Which brings to the plate Sun Valley High School's number 10, Peyton Creech, the left fielder, batting sixth. Peyton and on-deck hitter Dylan Jones both singled in the second inning. So the guys are hitting the ball. They're making good, solid contact, but Carson's been making plays and they've needed them so far. And Taylor drills a fastball right in there for strike one. Hooks-Orr will try to get some base runners here. And a foul ball and a breaking ball. We're 0-2. Coming from behind, nothing new to this Hooks-Orr team at all. We were trailing Rutherford East, and we needed to win 2 straight games at Rutherford East. We were trailing 3-0, and we only had 9 outs left in our season. We rallied back to win that game 6-3, and another drive and a single. 2 for 2 for Peyton Creech, 2 ropes to the same spot in right center field both times. And we got a little something going. Dylan Jones coming up now, number 11 from Butler High School. Plays for the David W. Butler Bulldogs. A nice public address call from my PA announcer friend to the right. Rounded out the Jones name very well for Dylan. Now he'd appreciate that. Fastball high and out, ball 1. Andrew Hempy on deck for Hooks-Orr. So 1-0 trail. Hooks-Orr came from behind to win 6-3. I believe it was 6-3 against Rutherford East and beat them again at their place the second time to earn their trip to the state tournament. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a round robin in the Stripes division. In our first game of the round robin, the top 2 teams, every team in this division plays each other once. The top 2 records advance to the Final 4, and that will begin Sunday. So this tournament, a drive to left field, drops in front, base hit. Opposite field single for Dylan Jones, and we've got 2 men on base. That was a rope. And left fielder Cody Russell shows to play it right in front of him. Now we have number 28, Andrew Hempy, the catcher plays for the Covenant Day Lions. So we've got something going here. 2 on, 1 out. And we'll see if he tries to hit to the right side, bunt to the right side, move the runners along. We'll see what he tries to do. Now he's hitting away and fouls it back. Off the press box wall to the right, it is strike 1. On deck looks like pitcher Cole Panatti's going to pick up a bat, and he's going to go up and bat. Hempy will try to knock something in here. Breaking ball, almost mishandled by the catcher, but he gets it. He keeps control of it. Now is catcher Cam Burleson. And I believe we have a 1-1 count. 2 on, Hooks-Orr threatening. Pitcher stretches, delivers. Swing and a miss. Looks like a low fastball. And strike 2 looks like we have a 22 count on catcher Andrew Hempy. Very capable receiver for Hooks-Orr. Hempy has 2 ducks in the pond, first and second. Oh, going back to second for a pickoff move, but scrambling back is Peyton Creech. Taylor trying to keep him honest. Taking some metrics of both teams as this goes on. I'll reveal that later. And he's goal. We caught a break on that one. I'll explain in a minute. There was he was jammed on the pitch. Just hit this soft little squibbly liner. It's kind of hard how to describe this. Andrew hit it off the fist. It looked like the first baseman was going to grab it. Just got over his head, and he reaches on an infield single. The bases are loaded, so they're loaded up with 1 out. That looked like almost a double play ball there. We caught a break on that one. Bases are loaded for Cole Panatti with 1 out. Fastball. Did he catch the corner? Ump is not giving the signal. It is ball one. So our biggest threat so far, bases loaded, 1 out, all singles. For this Hooks-Orr team, Cole Panatti up from Providence High School, home of the Panthers. Ground ball. Third base will go to home for 1, and the Forces made it home. So a nice play on a fielder's choice. That'll be a 5-2 play, and the bases remain loaded for the leadoff hitter, Sam Spratt. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hooks-Orr threatening, trying to get a run home with 2 outs. Don't know that you want to try a suicide squeeze in this situation with 2 outs. Although that is certainly
not outside the realm of possibility.
Not outside the realm of possibility. With 2 outs, so I'd be a little more worried about that. Ball 1 to Sam Spratt. Tying run on third. Go-ahead run on second for Hooks-Orr. Got something barbecuing here in the Central North Carolina Piedmont. Drive, if that gets up the middle, it does. Base hit. We have a tie game.
We'll pick that up on replay.
And the Hooks-Orr faithful here cheering. And we got us a tie ball game. Single up the middle for Sam Spratt.
Good job of sitting back and waiting for the pitch to come to him, and then just hitting it where they aren't.
And that's what he did.
Do it the old-fashioned way.
Liam Idy out of Butler High School. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hooks-Orr's got something barbecuing here. I can say that we're near Lexington. Home of great pork barbecue, folks. Those of you not from North Carolina, definitely try that when you get to our state. It is one of the oldest barbecue traditions in the country. I'm not going to get into a barbecue debate with my friends across the way here. High fly ball by Idy. It might be a little high to get anybody on. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, and that's going to be the inning. But Hooks-Orr is able to tie it. So we have 1 run, 4 hits, 3 left. In the middle of the 4th inning, the score, Hooks-Orr 1, Carson 1. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball Network.
And we've got the University of South Carolina Veterans Alumni Center is the sponsor of our 485 Sports. Is when we do the national anthem. And they happen to sit on that alumni committee. And one of the things that we did this past year was help open a brand new Veterans Center inside the university. And if it's all right with you, we'll play a little bit about that now.
Let's do that, by all means. A 1-1 tie between Hooks-Orr and Carson in this first round-robin game in the North Carolina State Junior American Legion State Championship. Cole Panatti doing a fine job on the mound right now for Hooks-Orr. Here's the pitch. Slow curveball, ground ball to third base. Gobbled up by Luke Alexander. 5-3, boom, boom, 1 out.
Good play right there. Good work together as we take a look at on the replay.
Very steady play. What we always try to cheer for this Hooks-Orr team are routine plays, routine innings. Both teams have been getting quite a few of those today so far.
Good job on the off-speed pitch too, just enough to get him out, get the head of that bat ahead in front of that ball just a little bit.
Right. Aaron Coe, the center fielder, now batting. Slow curveball, and he gets it. He gets the call. Strike 1. Right fielder Aaron Coe, correction.
Absolutely outstanding location for this young man so far.
He really does have it. Cole does. And that Baltimore chop, that's Luke Alexander again. Can he do it again? He does it again. Bam, bam.
Go, nice play.
It really was. 2 quick outs and 2 5-3s. On two ground balls to Luke Alexander. Guns him right over to first baseman Bryson Tarr.
Great location and a good stretch by the first baseman there as well.
Indeed it was. Most definitely. 2 very smooth plays on so slow grounders can be pretty tricky sometimes.
Absolutely.
Went with a fastball that time outside. Ball 1 to number 9, Will Bradshaw, 9th inning third baseman. Not someone you want to take lightly, though. Singled his last time.
Had that little CNI bloop single, right? If I
think that
correctly.
was it. I think that was it. And took something off it, and it showed. Strike 1. And Pinotti really mixing it up very well here.
Field in really good condition, too. I don't know if it
Yes.
comes through very well on our screen, but the field is in excellent condition.
And the pitcher, Pinotti. And he reaches for it, fouls it out of play over the first base dugout. That's the Carson dugout. Hooks-Orr on the third base side, and it is strike 2. Be nice for our boys to get through this with a quick inning.
Well, a lot of confidence coming out of this inning if they can get through it quickly.
Yeah. High drive center field. Sam Spratt on his horse, and misplayed it over his head. But he recovers nicely, and he will wind up on second with a double. That's the second hit of the day for Will Bradshaw. And that probably should be an error on the center fielder.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Unfortunately, a little bit of misplayed. I thought maybe the sun got in his way a little bit, but certainly just looked like he got a step too early and off to his our left, his right.
Yeah, that may be. But 2 outs, man on second. They're back to the top of the order with center fielder Keenan Barger, the batter. Up high, ball 1.
Not a bad idea, though.
Not at all. Not at all. Again, we don't know the angle that sun's coming in at. And it is a hot day out there.
It is definitely warm.
Yeah.
Air quality is a little bit better, but not a ton better than it was yesterday. The wildfires out in California causing a lot of smog here in the Charlotte area, which is something you wouldn't expect. But it definitely had an effect on the East-West All-Star game last night.
Yes.
Players were having a lot of trouble breathing at the North Carolina High School Athletic Associations.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how far that wildfire. There's a strike, swinging strike right there. I think it's 1-1. I lived in Colorado for a while in the Rocky Mountain Front Range. And if you had wildfires in Montana, that haze would be over Denver like that.
I bet.
It'd be quick.
We lived actually about an hour north of Sacramento, at Beale Air Force Base.
Yes, yes.
And we used to go up to Truckee a lot. Paradise was a place we spent a lot of time at, and it's just horrible. They're getting a second fire in this, last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's a shame. And the delivery. Swing and a miss. Had him reaching for an outside pitch there. Steve Brooks calling timeout. Let's have a little discussion with the umpire.
And I think he's asking for the pitch count.
Yeah, that's what he's
I believe the coach is asking for the pitch count. And we're
waiting for the pitch count, ladies and gentlemen, in case you wonder why everybody's looking up at the press box. It's not because I'm making faces or anything. Not because I'm being a goofball. No. Steve's not looking at me. He's looking for the pitch count, folks.
He's at.
Okay, they got the answer they're looking for.
29 pitches.
Okay. I think we've got 2-2, 2 outs, man on second, a 1-1 tie ball game, bottom of the 4th. And Pinotti looks and delivers. Here it comes. Steer right.
Beautiful
3.
pitch.
Got the inside corner, and Pinotti has really gotten into a groove, and that's all she wrote in the 4th inning for Carson. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We've gone through 4 innings in this very first game, but it is a very tight competitive game in this Junior Legion State tournament. We have a 1-1 tie between Hooks-Orr and Carson. Hooks-Orr coming up top of the 5th inning. Very fast-moving ball game, too.
Quick moving game.
Cole Pinotti at 30 pitches.
This first round robin game, folks, at Matthews, we got a tight one here. 1-1, top of the fifth. Hooks-Orr, no stranger to this kind of situation, though. I'm sure Carson isn't either. But Hooks-Orr definitely isn't. And now we have number 3 hitting Griffin Brooks. He's hit over 500 all year. And he's going to lead off the top of the fifth for Hooks-Orr. It's a 1-1 tie. He squares off against Emory Taylor, still pitching for Carson. He burns the fastball in for strike 1. Top of the fifth. Brooks has grounded out 4-3 and hit a sacrifice fly to right field. He's 0 for 1. Baltimore chop, if he can leg it out to shortstop. Big high bounce. He's going to beat it. An infield single and a big Baltimore chop for Griffin Brooks, and we have a base runner.
Good job getting the ball. Again, the field is a little dry. They were watering it beforehand, but the ball's going to pop, and a good job of taking advantage of that.
Indeed. And to try to move along will be our number 4 hitter. Number 4, second baseman, Weston Shouty from, get this, Matthews fans, Covenant Day School. Got it. Okay. I've caught some heat for that one.
I tell you, Covenant Day's got a great athletic director coming in this year.
I'm glad to hear it.
He came from Huff. And he is an outstanding leader, and folks there are going to absolutely love him.
That's good. Sharp ground ball, and then it's mishandled by the third baseman. And he's going to reach. See how they're going to score this one.
I think you got to score it an error, even though it's coming on that hot corner. It hit him square in the glove.
Yeah. Okay, we'll give that an error there. And we got something cooking here. 2 on, nobody out. And number 22, consistent hitting Luke Alexander coming up now. Third baseman. Also one of our regular pitchers. He's a Carmel Christian Cougar, and it looks like Blake Cobbler, one of the coaching staff for Carson's going to take a little jog out to the mound to talk to Emory Taylor. Yeah, glad to hear Covenant Day's getting and I say this is a Providence Day Charger. That's my usual employer.
Right.
And I'm their PA guy. I teach history there as well.
Okay.
When I'm not doing this. And yeah, it's
well,
good.
I'll tell you,
glad to hear that for Covenant Day. I really am.
And Providence Day's got one of the best football coaches in North and South Carolina, of course, with Chad Greer coming in.
And Chad's wonderful. Awesome guy.
Built a great staff. His defensive line coach was my neighbor for a couple of years, and worked with them a lot this summer in developing some ideas that we had from the public school side and trying to incorporate some of the things that they do. So, with what's going on with the NCHSAA, it looks like the NCISAA may get a lot more popular real quick over the next couple of years. And
I would say so. Chad's really had a culture change in that program.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to see what he and quarterback Grant Logan can do this year. But back to the action. Inside fastball, low and in, ball 1. And Hooks-Orr threatening again to try to break this tie. And hitting very consistently this game.
Opportunity here to try to poke one through between short and third if he's got that kind of control on the ball. First baseman's in too if he's if he could turn on one.
He might be thinking he may try to lay one down. That's certainly not beyond Luke. But are we going to call for it now? Doesn't look like it yet.
Still haven't seen a strike call yet.
So 2 balls to Luke Alexander. Luke is always shown a good eye up there.
Very patient.
Yep. And he makes him throw a strike. He does. So it's 2-1. Peyton Creech on deck. He's 2 for 2.
I'll tell you what, though, if he brings that ball a little bit higher, it could be dangerous.
Yes, it could. And he draws a walk.
Somehow we were off a ball.
And I guess we were. Our apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
That sun, I can tell you the direction of the sun is aimed directly at the lights that are telling us how many balls and strikes there are out in the outfield.
I think that's the first walk that Taylor's issued today. I don't see any base on balls on my score sheet.
I would agree with you on that.
Yep, and that's their first base on balls. I think he's going to have to make a change now going out to the mound second time in an inning.
Yeah, got to make a change, and with that, I'm going to go try and fix a small camera issue we have with our third base side camera as they bring in a new pitcher. So it's going to be all yours for the next few minutes.
Thank you, James, and we do thank James Alverson and 485 Sports for their wonderful technical assistance today. And the color commentary as well. We do thank you, James. So as he goes down to fix that, it looks like we have a southpaw coming in for Carson. And let's see. Numbers are a little hard to see down here. This is a public address announcer's nightmare, or even a football spotter's nightmare. Carson has orange, curvy-looking numbers against a navy blue background. It's a little hard to see. We have a southpaw pitcher up here coming into pitch. I'm going to see if I can find out who this is. You tell who that is? Mikey Beasley. It is number 12, Mikey Beasley, coming out of the bullpen. He has breaking stuff. He did a fine job in relief in the game against the High Toms, High Point Thomasville High Toms the other night. A game won by Carson 13-4. I think it was 13-4. And so we have no one out. Bases loaded for Hooks-Orr. And again, all of us at Hooks-Orr want to thank Mark Zafano, our post commander at the American Legion Post 235 in Matthews, North Carolina, for their sponsorship of our Junior Legion Ball Club. It's the first Legion team Matthews, North Carolina's had in a while. And a testament to the coaching staff and the kids to reach the state tournament. I think a lot of us would argue ahead of schedule, and working with so many kids from so many different high schools and really developing strong team chemistry, which is just so important. For any team, summer ball or any ball club, to have at any given time. So Peyton Creech will come out, a chance to really do some damage here for Hooks-Orr. Bases loaded, nobody out. And I think a lot of options on the table here in this situation. So Creech is going to be up. He's facing the southpaw, Mikey Beasley. Bases loaded, no one out. And takes a swing and a foul ball. Out of play, it'll be one strike. Beasley checks the sign and delivers. There's a drive. Is this going to get in? It's going to sit for a base hit. One run is going to come home. Hooks-Orr will have the lead. Here comes another one. Oh, he's hung up at third base. So it was a nice throw from right field. And he's going to get caught in the rundown, but it did get the lead run home. That was a nice relay in from right fielder Aaron Coe. It was well defensed by Carson. Some credit, and they gave up the go-ahead run, but they did get the next runner, so it's one out. Peyton Creech is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And Dylan Jones himself carrying a hot bat right now. Men on first and second, one out. But Hooks-Orr, certainly an aggressive base running team. We've been that all year long. Philosophy being, we're going to make you make some plays. And it was certainly a calculated gamble by Weston Shout. He's certainly playing the percentages, but right fielder, to his credit, Aaron Coe made a very nice relay there to keep this a 2-1 game. Hooks-Orr up 2-1. Dylan Jones is 2 for 2, hitting well. High pop fly. We'll see if this can get out of play. And it hits the Farm Bureau sign on top of the Hooks-Orr dugout on third base. Farm Bureau Insurance. One of many sponsors here at the ballpark at Finch Field in Thomasville. We've got sponsors range from Conrad Tire and Auto all the way to Planet Fitness. All kinds of outfield signs on that outfield wall. To me, that's just a slice of Americana. In a state well known for minor league baseball, North Carolina. Breaking ball outside, and Dylan watches it go by. It's 1-1. Runners not being held close right now. It's a 2-1 Hooks-Orr lead. And they're gunning for more. Trying to sneak behind him. Makes the play to second base. That was a nice break by the shortstop, Jacob Eford right there, trying to get our lead runner, who would be Luke Alexander, picked off, but Luke got back. 1 out, 2 on. Low and away. Missed the outside fastball. It's 2-1. Hooks-Orr has 2 on, 1 out with a 2-1 lead. And Dylan Jones up at bat. On deck we have Andrew Hempy. Beasley stretched. He delivers. Ground ball to the right side, hitting behind the runner. He'll try to take him out at second. It's a forced play at second base. Dylan Jones reaches at first. We'll call that a 4-6 fielder's choice. But he gets the run, but he does his job, gets the runner to third base. And that'll be a fielder's choice, 4-6. With 2 outs, Andrew Hempy with a chance to knock in some insurance from third base. Andrew Hempy, men on first and third, 2 outs. You have to wonder if Peyton's going to try and break for second to try to pull a double steal. Fastball outside, ball 1. Two-1 Hooks-Orr lead. Men on first and third, 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. Andrew Hempy of Covenant Day, the batter. And he misses outside with a little bit of an off-speed pitch, 2-0 to Andrew Hempy. His brother, Evan Hempy, is swinging a bat on deck. Both brothers play for the Covenant Day Lions. Right down Broadway, fouls it to the right side. That looks like it. Nice bid by the first baseman. Nice try by the fence. Certainly made a good effort for it, but it's going to be out of bounds. That was first baseman Hayden Simonson. Hayden Simerson, my bad, from Carson. But instead, it's a bit of a pop-up strike, 2-1. The count to Andrew Hempy now. High and outside. I think we have a 3-1 count right now as Andrew Hempy will go back to bat. Beasley at the stretch. Outside, ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Carson today. And with the bases loaded, that will bring to the plate from Covenant Day, Andrew Hempy's brother, number 2, Evan Hempy. He's batting in Cole Panatti's spot, which tells me we may have a pitching change for Hooks-Orr in the bottom of the inning. That could be pitch count, pitch management. You really want to think of arm management in a 5-game tournament like this. And, of course, we hope it's going to be we're playing in a 5-game tournament.
You're always aiming for
that's what we're aiming for. So we want to be thinking that all the way. And since that's 5 games in 5 days, you got to be thinking of arm strength and arm management. So that's why we have pitch counts. Evan Hempy, bases loaded, 2 out. Big situation for Hooks-Orr. Slow curveball, ground ball to second base. He's going to try and run it out hard. Can't quite get there. 4-3, and that will end the inning on a 4-3 ground ball. So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, three men left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score, Hooks-Orr 2, Carson 1. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball Network. Bottom of 5, we have a new pitcher, number 8, Sam Spratt, coming in from center field. He's been very capable in relief this year. And he'll face number 3, his opposite number, Emery Taylor. Ball 1 outside.
See, he goes by my style of pitching. You throw the first one wild, and everybody else is scared of you.
Just a bit outside. Okay, guys, I said it. There it is. But ball 1 faces opposite number. I don't know how much longer. There's a line drive center field, coming in on it, makes the catch. I think that's Evan Heppy with the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's the way you want to go.
That is the way you want to go. Now batting number 21, the first baseman, Hayden Simerson.
We always tell our pitchers.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah. You're either going to no worse than a 3-to-1 ratio if you can get it. That's your ideal target.
Exactly. Nice breaking ball and a swing and a miss. You got to wonder how much longer Emery Taylor will stay in to pitch for. Actually, correction, he's already out. My bad.
I tell you though, I mean, every kid they're putting in there is got unbelievable command over those breaking balls and curveballs.
Yeah, they've high. That's a rainmaker right there. High up at left field. Griffin Brooks calling it up, camped under it, makes the play.
Take a look at that one again because that was a great play. Good job. When the ball gets that high, it can get lost in the blue.
Mm-hmm. It can.
And he just does a good job of picking up and tracking it straight from as soon as it came off the bat. Beautiful job.
Griffin's really got amazing range at shortstop. He's also a soccer goalie for the same reason, I think. And it brings the plate the cleanup hitter. He gets it off a number. If he can make the play, tough play at second. Tough chance. Think probably got to call.
I think I would give him a hit. Let's see. What did trying to hear? Yeah,
that was a tough chance.
Yeah, I don't think you could call that one an error because he didn't have a clean. There was no clean field with an opportunity to get the out, and there was no assumption of a clean field.
And if he'd gotten that, he's got to turn like a 180
right
to try to make that play. Not easy. So we're going to give cleanup hitter Jordan King a hit there. A 2-out single up the middle, kind of a ground ball Texas.
Yeah,
here, I guess you could
a
call
little bit of a CNI, what we used to call it, a little CNI single up the middle.
Well, I've seen a lot of CNI singles in this league this year, and a lot of teams can live or die by them.
Yep.
So now we have number 5 hitter, number 5, Cam Burleson, the catcher, 2 outs. Sam Spratt a little bit low and in right there.
Well, you talk about, living and dying by that. My wife, the man who introduced my wife and I to each other, played third base for South Carolina in their initial College World Series run, not the 2010 and 11 run.
Right.
And the last they call it the last bat at the Blatt against UCLA was a CNI single in the right field that just cleared the first baseman. And
I remember watching that game, actually.
Yeah, it was a great game.
High fly ball, deep center field. He's on his horse, and it's over his head, over Evan Empey's head. He I got a little stutter problem right there, but it looks like a double deep over Evan Hempey's head in center field, but he wings it in from there.
I tell you what, though, Heppy showed a great arm from center field, and he fielded that ball on the first bounce after it went over his head. By being able to field that ball on the first bounce, planting and turning and throwing, he saved that run from scoring.
Yes, he did. He did.
Because if that ball had bounced twice, I think the run scores. So really good heads-up play out there to not get frustrated by missing the ball and stay with it.
Yeah, he definitely did that.
And I'll tell you something, just finish that thought about that last hit at the Rosenblatt Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody picked the ball up. UCLA's right fielder just let it go, and it sat out there through the entire celebrations, and finally one of the equipment guys from South Carolina ran out and got it. And they were like, then there was the big debate. Do we keep it for our trophy room or do we turn it into the NCAA? Because it was the last ball, the last pitch, last bat.
I'll have to watch that replay again. Yeah, definitely. Little up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Sam Spratt trying to find the glove right now.
Bouncing around a little bit. You'd like to see, just settle in and just throw strikes.
All we do at this point. And there, I think we've got one there. We do.
Great pitch.
Indeed, 2-1.
Good decision.
Carson's been on 2 1/3, 2 out. It's a 2-1 Hooks-Orr lead, bottom of the 5th, in a fast-moving game. Aims to the outside corner, and a fastball does not get it. 3-1. Hunter Burris, the second baseman, is up on deck. Should be number 22, Cody Russell, unless they're going to hit for him. Looks like
Looks
they
like
may
they're
hit
going
for
to
him.
hit for him.
They're going to hit for him, yeah.
There's a
Ball 4 up high, and the bases are loaded.
Now, I don't know how it is in this league, but in high school league, that pitch would be a rethrow because the ball actually from the bullpen was in the field of play in right field, and they didn't signal for a stoppage of play, which is an argument maybe could be made, but none of the officials, none of the coaches saw it happen.
Right. So we've got a bases loaded jam, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. We got 2 quick outs to begin the inning, then a tricky to field infield single off the bat of Jordan King, a double off the bat of Cam Burleson, just over Evan Heppy's head in center field, though he made a nice play to recover and get it back in. And I got kind of tongue-tied trying to make that call. I do apologize to the fans. And a walk issued to Hunter Burris. So now, looks like we have a pinch hitter. Can't tell. It looks like number 11. That's going to be Austin Eford. Is going to pinch hit. Bases loaded. 2 outs. And a high pop in the infield, and they're out of the jam with a 1-pitch pop-up.
And I tell you, go back to that play the
To
center
West
fielder
Jolly.
made on that ball that was just over his head. That one hop kept everybody to just a single base, and we were in really, really good shape. So
Excellent eye there, James, and thanks for catching that. We pull this game out. That's going to be a key play.
That's your play of the game, yep.
That's the play of the game right there by Evan Hempy. So the end of 5 innings, the score, Hooks-Orr 2, Carson 1. As we go to the top of the 6th, this is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball Network. I think we're getting a pitching change here. They took the southpaw out. We go to the top of the 6th in this really tight ball game. 2-1 Hooks-Orr, top of the 6th in the first round-robin game. And first baseman Hayden Simerson has come into pitch as the 3rd pitcher of the day for Carson. So Simerson into pitch. Our Hooks-Orr guys, we've been threatening every single inning. We've only got 2 runs across, but so far, solid defense played by both teams this game.
Great pitching with runners in scoring position as well.
Yeah.
I don't think we're keeping up with the LOBs.
Yeah, we've really kept this very, very tight here in a big, big way. It looks like Simerson's got a little bit, got a fastball and a bit of a curveball bender as well.
I just noticed that we only had 1 T in Matthews this entire time. Sorry about that.
Quite all right. No problem. No problem there at all. And a good arm down to second by the catcher, Cam Burleson. So we'll see if we can get some insurance and break something open here at this top of the 6th inning. And leading off, we have the pitcher, number 8, Sam Spratt, looking to help his cause. Sam's our perennial leadoffer, hard hitter, very fast runner. Out of Carmel Christian School. And we begin the top of the 6th. Inside, and it caught him.
Yep, we can look back at it again. It just got him on the inside part of the knee a little bit. Let's see if we can get a look at it here.
Yeah, that's the 3rd free pass issued.
He did try to get away, get out of the way, so he made an effort to get out of the way.
He did. And now we have Butler High School's number 20, Liam Eide, the designated hitter. He's been a clutch player for this team all year. Trying to square the bunt, down to second base. Oh, and he's gunned down, and that's Nice throw from catcher Cam Burleson. Throws Sam Spratt out stealing.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Trying to get something started, and I think it looked almost like he was trying to get a little bit of a bunt in, maybe.
Yeah, he was trying to move him along.
And just couldn't do it. And great arm by the catcher.
Yeah, and credit to Cam Burleson. I mean, it's to keep his concentration after you got a guy scoring around a bunt right in front of you, and he still recovers and throws out a very, very fast runner in Sam Spratt.
And did it with arm to spare.
He did.
That was impressive.
It was. And Liam Idy still battling, fouls it off.
Good thought, though. Right field was – there's a sizable – I mean, they're playing straight away, but there's a lot of green grass out there between center and right.
We've dropped a few there today already, in fact. Off-speed pitch.
Wow.
Ooh,
what a bender. I don't know
missed.
how he missed that one.
Yeah, Liam was bailing just a little there.
Yeah. I mean, it started
Just a
way
little.
inside the batter's box, and it broke out late. Comes
And
back
swing and a
strong.
miss, strike 3. He gets the strikeout. And just like that, there's 2 outs.
Came back with some fast heat.
Yeah, he's mixing it up very well. Now batting the shortstop, Griffin Brooks with 2 outs. Griffin gets his first look at him. Appeal play first, did not go around. It's ball 1.
A lot of that leg action and kick action will make it appear that he goes further than he actually did. I don't think he came anywhere close to going.
And rips it right up the middle. Base hit, just a sharp line drive right in front of the center field, and we have a 2-out rally going here, a single by Griffin Brooks. That's his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly as well, and 4 to 3 the other time. Now you got 2 outs. Weston Shouty coming up. Spratt getting thrown out at second earlier was certainly not what Steve Brooks had in mind. But in baseballs and life, when life gives you lemons, you try to make some lemonade, and that's what we're going to try to do here. And strike on the outside corner.
Well, you're playing with a lead, so you don't necessarily have to be very aggressive here. You'd like to get that insurance run.
That's true. That's true.
But it's not a catastrophic situation if you don't.
True.
Whereas you can put a lot of pressure on Carson if you do get one across.
Yeah. Slow curve, outside, ball 1. If Weston can put one to the opposite field again, let's see if he can do that. High swing and a miss, high fastball, strike.
You know, one of the things, too, we talked earlier about the advantages and disadvantages of kids being from different schools. It gives a chance for private school kids to mix it up with public school kids and really get more of a almost what you would say it would be a college baseball style feel to the teams. And, of course, your fans are always rowdy and loud, and that's always good. You always love to see that, too. So that's one of the things that I've always liked, particularly about Legion baseball as opposed to some of the other
And I remember from my senior Babe Ruth baseball days as well. I'm from Edina, Minnesota, and we had a team which had kids from the West Side, from Edina West High School, where I was from, and Edina East in the summer. And a lot of new friendships got formed, and it was really a lot of good camaraderie.
That's a tip ball.
Tip ball. And it looks like a strikeout. Catcher caught the tip and threw him out at first, and that's all she wrote for Hooks-Orr in the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Score Hooks-Orr 2, Carson 1. It's a battle, ladies and gentlemen, in this first game of the 2021 North Carolina Junior American Legion State Championship Tournament in the High Point, Thomasville, North Carolina metropolitan area. And leading off for Carson, you'll see the 8-9-1 hitters this inning. Right fielder Aaron Coe with Sam Spratt on the mound, mixing up that fastball and curve. And we'll see if we can get 3 routine outs here right now. Here we go. Ground ball to shortstop. That'll be Griffin Brooks. And he beats it out. Throw was in the dirt, and he beat the throw to first.
Tough play for the shortstop to make. Had to come in charging, and when you have to come in charging and looked like he lost his footing a little bit on the throw, so maybe didn't have quite as much on the throw, and it kind of set him up.
It's a tough chance to slow down a little bit in that turf, too, getting to him.
Kind of makes you think that.
But I think you have to call that a hit.
Oh, yeah, you call that hit all day, yeah.
And they're at the number nine in the order right now. Squares around a bunt, foul ball. A good idea, certainly, there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good
Especially with the turf. I was just getting ready to say, it made me surprised we haven't seen more bunts for singles in this with that, because that grass is definitely slowing that ball down a significant amount.
Yes, it is. And maybe the team's just getting used to the field a little bit, just seeing how it plays. Certainly, they're both going to get the chance to play here again. He's squaring around. He's showing it. Pitch comes in. Nope, low for a ball.
And that's Saturday's back here, or is it this weekend?
Saturday is Lexington. Tomorrow is Truist Point Park in High Point, home of the High Point Rockers.
All right.
And the semifinals and state championship are right back here.
Gotcha.
Squaring around again. He's showing it pretty clearly. Comes back to hit away, fouls it out of play. Really good back control there to be able to fake the bunt and come right back around and swing. That's not easy to do. So I think we have a 1-2 count. Man on first, 2-1 Hooks-Orr lead, bottom of the 6th. Sam Spratt on the hill for Hooks-Orr. Stretches and delivers. Strike 3.
Oh, that's a good look right there.
Took something off it, curveball inside, and he got the K. So 1 out. 1 out, man on first. We're back to the top of the order for Carson. Sam Spratt and Cole Pedati earlier mixing it up very well. Between fastballs and breaking pitches, they're doing a very good job. But a man on first, potential tying run. And we got the leadoff hitter, Keenan Barger, up. Fastball up high, ball 1. And the pitch. Fly ball to right field. Dylan Jones tracking it and makes the play. 2 outs.
Good job tracking in on it and staying steady. The outfield has been a little tricky today, so he did a good job of not losing the ball in the sun or anything crazy like that, and holding the runner at first.
And doing that, and we have number 2 hitter Emery Taylor coming up. There'll be a forced play at second. 2 outs, 2-1 lead for Hooks-Orr in the top of the 6th. Pitch from Spratt. Breaking ball outside, missed. Ground ball first base side, it'll be a foul ball. So one ball, 1 strike.
I tell you, I don't know if the curveball caught him off guard and he was bailing backwards or what, but he's almost like he slapped at that ball.
It looked like that, yeah. Sam's got a pretty sharp breaking ball, so he may have just seen that thing.
Yeah.
It just takes a split second to make your eye flutter a little bit. Throw ball outside, and the runner will take second base with the steal.
Again, you don't want to risk the ball sailing into center field and the runner advancing to third, so you give up second base, no problems.
Yeah, that's no problem there. He'll have none of that. Pitch from Sam Spratt outside. Going back to the hitter, man on second, potential tying run on second for Carson. Spratt with a delivery. Missed outside, ball 4. But that does create a force at second.
Yeah, it puts the double play back in order as well. Well, now you got to force it. You got to force it all 3 bags.
And we have number 3 hitter Hayden Simerson, the pitcher, up now. with 2 on, 2 out.
Oh, we don't need the double play then. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, it creates the force.
Yeah.
Creates the force. There it is. Strike one.
Beautiful
on
breaking
a breaking
pitch.
ball. He gets a swinging strike from Simerson there.
Gorgeous.
It really was. Spratt bearing down now. 2 on, 2 out. And delivers. Up high. Blocked, kept in front by Andrew Hempy. It'll be 1-1. We have 2 on, 2 out. Men on first and second. Hooks-Orr leading 2-1. Carson up bottom of the 6th. Here at Finch Field in Thomasville. Tries to go to second. Keep him honest there a little bit. You want to be careful there, though.
I think that was more just a spin around and just kind of see if you could catch him running.
Try to create a rundown. The Hooks-Orr's been very good about getting guys in rundowns this year and getting them out.
And
fastball, no, misses outside.
It goes back to how well the coaches have got these kids to gel and communicate with each other, because that's something that's almost kind of a look that comes from pitcher to second baseman there.
Yeah, it's the kind of stuff that does not show up in fantasy baseball stats, but so important to winning baseball games.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. And a strike on the outside corner. He's got 2 on him. Sam Spratt coming to the glove now. 2 on, 2 out. He stretches and delivers. Ooh, curveball inside. Batter was able to duck it. That was Hayden Simerson. And he's getting near a full count.
Yeah, if I'm seeing the lights right, it is a full count, but I could be seeing the lights wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that scoreboard's very difficult to see out there. Strike 3. And he burned that
strike.
right down Tryon Street, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see Sam's happy reaction as he gets back to the bench. Strikes out the number 3 hitter, Hayden Simerson, with 2 on. Clutch strikeout. And at the end of 6 full innings, the score is, and well, let me just get you the rundown here real quick for the end of that inning. We have no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 6 innings, we have Hooks-Orr 2, Carson 1. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Baseball Network. That was a clutch strikeout.
That was huge.
Hooks-Orr, a 2-1 lead. 3 outs away from a valuable first game victory here against a very, very good opponent.
And the confidence factor, you go back to Matthews tonight with a good bit of confidence going into tomorrow. You got the late game tomorrow, so the heat won't be as bad.
That's right, at the carpet field at High Point.
Yep.
And it looks like 2 balls to Luke Alexander, leading off the top of the 7th. It is 2-1 Hooks-Orr, top of 7. And the delivery. Nice cut by Luke. He's going to hit it out. I hope it doesn't hit a car there. No, it won't.
No, I don't think it'll come. Though, that happened at the normally I back into parking spots, and at the state softball championships this year, my windshield got popped.
If you're parked close, that can happen there, and those girls are really
I thought I was far enough away, but there's a strike.
Took something off. It looked like a breaking ball, and it struck Luke out. So Luke Alexander goes down on strikes. One away in the top of the 7th. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Peyton Creech, who's 3 for 3. 3 sharp singles, all to right center.
Yeah, your player of the game, at least batting wise, right now.
Yeah. Or Dylan Jones on deck, who's done about the same.
Well, I was gonna say then you got that Jones, right?
Well, Dylan actually, correction, he's 2 for 3. He's got a couple singles. Peyton's had the hottest bat right now, and fouls it off. Peyton Creech for the Sun Valley Spartans JV team.
Sun Valley had a good run this year,
Yes,
making it all the way down
3A.
to the regionals.
Got to the Final Four, and he takes one in the back, a hit pitch. I remember Major League where Corbin Burns' Roger Dorn unwillingly takes one for the team in Major League 2.
And I tell you, the Sun Valley probably in a normal year would have won that Western Regional final against Cox Mill had it not been a one-game final, had it been a best 2 or 3. I think you would have seen Cox Mill come out of that.
Might have been so, yeah.
And I think maybe, Cox Mill, again, taking absolutely nothing away from them, great program, but they were really short arms for that game. So
I hear, yes. Okay, Dylan Jones up, trying to move. Oh, bunt draw. Tried to lay it down the third base line, but it's going to go foul toward the Hooks-Orr dugout. 1 strike.
Not a bad thought.
Not a bad idea at all. And Dylan is 2 for 3 today, 2 singles, and hit it to a fielder's choice. Certainly trying to move Peyton around for some insurance here for Hooks-Orr. Top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Came with just pure heat.
Yeah, he came pure heat inside. Difficult to pick it up.
Yep.
Andrew.
One of those pitches that if you get a hold of it, it's going for days, but
yeah,
tough to do on a lefty-righty matchup.
Yeah, very difficult indeed. High pop. May or may not get out of play. Let's see. Nice catch by the catcher. By Cam Burleson right in front of the Hooks-Orr dugout. Nice play. And there we have 2 outs.
Yeah, and these dugouts are open dugouts. There's no safety fence there, and so good job being aware of where he was on the field, right in front of the Farm Bureau dugout.
Right. And we have number 28, Andrew Hempy, up to try to move Peyton Creech along from first base. Ball up high. Simerson's been mixing it up very well, as has Spratt. From the mound, we've seen some really good pitching out there today.
The pitching has been outstanding.
Yeah.
Breaking pitches, particularly locations, have been just amazing to me.
Yeah. And a testament to why these 2 teams are here today.
Absolutely. Having a little bit, maybe the heat might be starting to settle in a little bit. That's why you're kind of glad it's a one-game day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't want to play a doubleheader in this kind of stuff. You just would not want it. You'd be all gassed by the second game, maybe even a third of the way into it. And we're in the central Piedmont of North Carolina in the dead of summer. Folks, I think that's all you need to know.
It does not get much warmer than this.
Definitely
in this part of the country, anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We're not at the highest. I think we're less than 1,000 feet altitude, too. We're not that high of an altitude. So that humidity is going to show up. But people in this part of the country, this part of the state, do they love their baseball?
Well, and it's the history here is tremendous.
Yes.
I mean, this High Point team, you look all around the stadium, going all the way back to 1933, they've had the team play here. So.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier the manufacturing furniture area here, and going back to the old textile leagues when they would play each other.
Textile league.
Just a lot of history of baseball here. Definitely shows that it's America's sport.
And a called third strike on the inside corner, and that's all she wrote for Hooks-Orr. We're going to head out for the bottom of the 7th. No runs. Let's see, we have no runs, no hits, 1 left, no errors. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th, Hooks-Orr is going to try to nail it down. They lead Carson 2-1. This is the Hooks-Orr Junior Legion Sports Baseball Network.
Yeah, we pick it.
outs away for Hooks-Orr to a very valuable first win pickup in the round robin round here. Of course, if you're on the bench coaching the guys, you don't want to be you really don't want to be saying that. Just think of another routine inning, 3 routine outs. And
You'd love to get out of this if you could get out of this inning with under 9 pitches.
Yeah,
it would be ideal for Hooks-Orr today. Just to have really good command. You've had a couple of situations where the balls have gotten over center fielders' heads, or it's been a little bit misplayed. You've rallied back from them. You only gave up 1 run. You go back to that play of the game out there in
Evan
center
Hempy
field.
in center
yeah,
field.
Hempy
That
in
was just
center
huge.
field. That one bounce and getting that ball back in as quick as he did just saved at least 1 run, if not more.
Oh, no question about it. That was a golden play right there, and we'll see if we can close it here. We start with the cleanup hitter, number 23, Jordan King. Sam Spratt on the mound. Hooks-Orr going to work on defense. Here we go. First pitch. Breaking ball inside.
Would love to see that batter settle that bat down.
Yeah.
I know that they've kind of gotten away from teaching kids, the
2 balls and no strikes.
our high school coach would just literally go ballistic on us if we didn't hold that bat still. And I know that's not as important now as it used to be, but
Point well taken.
you still just got to get that ball around
And
still.
Strike 1. That's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Excellent
He's been
placement.
jamming him inside. Did last time, too. He still hit an infield single off the fist. And it looks like it hit him, and that's going to
Put a runner on first.
put Jordan King on first base. Was consistently pitching him inside. Brings to the plate now number 5, Cam Burleson. Burleson is 2 for 3, single and a double. 2 for 3 at the fielder's choice, and it looks like Steve Brooks may not be wasting time here. So that'll be all for Sam Spratt.
I wonder if the umpires would let us mic them up tomorrow.
We'll have to see.
That'd be a lot of fun just to listen
That
to
sure
what they
would
have
be.
to say. We do that with a lot of our basketball coaches and officials, kind enough as we move into the state playoffs to mic up and
Right,
give fans a little bit different perspective that they don't necessarily always get.
right. Well, now we're going to go to number 23, Charlotte Catholic Schools, Zach Vigre. Zach Vigre will come in and try to get the save. The win, I believe, would be credited to Cole Panati, the first reliever.
Yeah.
Would get the win in this game. So Zach Vigre will come in and try to get the save for Cole Panati.
And Panati really pitched a beautiful
Yeah, he did.
relief.
Gutsy relief.
How many innings did he have? 2 or 3?
I think he had almost 2.5 innings.
2.5
3
innings, yeah.
He had about that. And now Zach Vigre coming in to try to close it out for Hooks-Orr. We have no one out, a man on first. Spratt was clearly not trying to give Jordan King anything too good there.
You're right.
He kept pitching him inside. Didn't want it.
Don't want to do anything that's going to
Ignite.
cost your team, I guess you would call it.
Right, right.
It's interesting. We always tell quarterbacks when you're coaching football to have a pitcher's mentality
Right.
after a play's over. And I had a quarterback look at me the other day and he said, "So when you coach baseball, what do you tell pitchers?" And I was like, "All right, smart aleck." Baseball comes flying in from the stands.
Sure does. Well, that's not Detroit Red Wings hockey. You'd have a live octopus.
All right. That's what maybe they should come up with, like, were the Tomcats here or something like that? Maybe they throw out kittens.
Well, the worst I've seen, I'm a former Minnesota Golden Gopher. That's my alma mater.
Oh, Lord.
And you play hockey up in North Dakota. North Dakota fans throw dead gophers on the
Yep.
ice.
I had heard North Dakota fans are some of the most intense
Yeah.
when it comes to hockey that you will find.
Well, it's the only game in town, so you're going to be pretty passionate about it.
Yep.
And they are very, very good, as we all know. But back to the action. Jordan King on first base was hit by a pitch from Sam Spratt. Now we have Zach Vigre facing Cam Burleson, who's 2 for 3. Timeout in the field by the umpires. Let's see, I don't think they're making dinner reservations tonight.
No, I think they're maybe just clarifying that the count is right, that everybody's got the right count. And,
right, yeah.
And you love to see, I always love to see umpires and officials communicate with each other.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
It is, you know, one of the things that is so critical to teach young people as well is that, you know, everybody's going to make a mistake from time to time, so let's just talk to each other.
First pitch, trying to lay out a bunt.
Going
up first base. Oh, the throw was just a little too high, but they almost had him.
I thought they had him.
Yeah, throw was a bit high,
It
and
was.
King was able to just get down under it, but we almost had a pickoff play from catcher to first, from Hempy to Tar over at first. I think it's one ball from Zach Vigre pitching to, and that should be outside corner. Strike one. Yes, it is. Zach Vigre pitching to Cam Burleson. Nobody out, man on first. Potential tying run on first for Carson. Hooks-Orr up 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Slow curve, and drops it in for strike 2.
Yeah.
Burleson was showing bunt, drew it away, but now he's down in the count. Nice sweeping breaking ball pitched by Zach Vigre there. Goes to first, trying to eliminate that first base runner if he can. Steer right three.
Beautiful pitch.
Big strikeout from Zach Vigre. Burleson was 2 for 3 this game.
And that's a big out to get, not
big
just
out.
from a confident standpoint and a big bat, dangerous bat.
And we've got number 10, Connor Rayfield, coming in to hit for Hunter Burris. Connor Rayfield. Big strikeout there. So 1 out, 1 on. Vigre working calmly. Drops it right on the outside corner. Strike 1. Dusting the corners very well. 1 on, 1 out. Comes again. Not a strike this time. Ball. It's 1-1. Just missed the outside corner. Vigre moving it around very well right now. To batter number 10, Connor Rayfield. Jordan King on first. Drive to left field. That could be trouble. It's a base hit for Carson, but left fielder Peyton Creech keeps it in front of him.
Good job by Creech keeping that ball in play, holding the runners to one base.
And a single to left for Connor Rayfield. We have 2 on, 1 out. And coming to bat right now, he did a good job keeping that in front of him. We have number 11, Austin Eford. 2 on, 1 out, the tying run, potential tying run at second, potential winning run at first for Carson. Hooks-Orr just needs 2 more. Pitch and a foul ball. So Vigre gets ahead in the count. Game on the line now, 2 on, 1 out. Hooks-Orr up 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Carson up. And a strike on Austin Eford. And the pitch. There's a drive.
Oh,
and
that just got over him.
Bingo
They
single.
got a
Boy,
check
they
at
got
second.
him at second. They got him at
No.
threw it away at second. Oh, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. A bleeder single off the bat of Austin Eford. Just over the second baseman's head. Just over Weston Shouty's head. Dylan Jones had a chance to get him in second, threw it wild, and now we have the bases loaded.
Yep, no error on that play because everyone advanced to the base that they were supposed to advance to. Nothing extra happened.
Yeah, nothing extra.
And the ball was in the outfield, so you can't assume the automatic out at second.
So now you got to think of a home-and-1 situation with the right fielder Aaron Coe up. And a single to right field. Game is tied. And just like that, Aaron Coe has tied the game up for Carson. And the winning run is on third base.
That will move the running run over and leave bases loaded.
Will Bradshaw up now.
They're going to change pitchers again?
And we're going to go for a pitching change. We have 1 out. You got to be thinking home and one.
Yeah, you got to go home and one. No other option there.
No. We have a 2-2 tie. If you're a Carson fan, this is looking like a really, really good situation right now. Bases loaded, one out. A sacrifice fly alone would win it. A miscue or just a base hit would win it.
Yep. But then again, stranger things have happened.
Oh, indeed.
Home
and one double play.
Yep.
And we got extra innings.
I hate to keep bringing up South Carolina, but I was there. It was my school, so I'm going to bring it up.
Game comes.
Bases loaded against Florida, and they go ground ball to the second baseman. He comes home, and then they go to first for a home and one, and then they get a pop-up to end the threat after having bases loaded and nobody out. So
happened many times.
Yep, absolutely.
Pop fly right field, and out of play.
Might get some free baseball here tonight.
Indeed. So one strike. The batter is number 9, Will Bradshaw, third baseman. He is 2 for 3 today, single and a double. 9-hitter, but a very tough out. Defense, you just got to be thinking home and one.
Absolutely.
And no mistakes. No room for it now. So one strike on Bradshaw. Curveball outside.
No place to put him. Got to come at him.
Yeah, there's no choice now. You got to come at him. And you got to be thinking home and one if you're Hooks-Orr. 2-2 tie with Carson, bottom of the 7th. Welcome to state tournament baseball. Did not get the call, 2-1.
Trying to stay outside, maybe to get a little bit of a flubber down to the first baseman or something back to the pitcher. Infield's in, outfield's in.
Steer right to, swing and a miss. Took something off it, a little high and tight. We have a 2-2 count.
Now all of a sudden you got pressure back on Carson, so that's that ebb and swing
right.
of baseball.
That's what it is. That's all it is.
Good time to throw a curveball here.
High pop. If Bryson Tarr could get to it, he won't be able to. That's out of play.
Like post 11 over there was.
From Wayne County, from Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Thought they had a play on the ball.
They'll be up here next against the Davidson County Junior Hogs for Lexington. The other two teams in this group. Ground ball, foul. So Will Bradshaw keeps battling up there. And we've got 2-2, bases loaded, one out, tie ball game, Hooks-Orr Carson, bottom of the 7th. And Zach's got no room to put him. Fouls it off again.
What a battle.
This really is this is a battle of wits. Arm wrestling match right over that center line between Zach Vigre of Hooks-Orr and Will Bradshaw of Carson. No two words for it. Bottom of the 7th. This is what the fans pay to see. Drive to center field. That's going to do it. Single. And a tough way to end the first game for Hooks-Orr, but a game-winning single for Will Bradshaw to right center. Not much you could do about that.
Yep, Carson will walk that off.
And Carson's going to win on a walk-off, 3-2. So final score in the first game, Carson 3, Hooks-Orr 2. Tough first game loss for Hooks-Orr, but these kids battled hard right to the end against what may be the toughest opponent in this group, based on what I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams played well. I don't know how you could be upset with how your team played, and then you got to regroup and take the ride home and turn around and get ready for tomorrow. Yeah,
and definitely. And this Hooks-Orr team last week in the regionals lost the first game at home, bases loaded, and with one out, and RS Central's reliever got 2 strikeouts of the Hempy brothers to end that game. We were in double elimination, and they came backs to the wall to win 4 straight, including 2 at East Rutherford to get here. So this team's got a lot of grit. and they'll adjust and they'll find a way to come back off this. But Carson earns the victory today with that game-winning single from Will Bradshaw. A 3-2 win for Carson. Carson will be 1-0 in the round robin. Hooks-Orr will be 0-1. But think of this as well. Neither team allowed a lot of runs. If it gets to a tiebreaker, that could add up. That could add up in the tiebreaker scenario.
Absolutely, that could help in the tiebreaker scenario for sure.
So, fans, we want to thank you for tuning in today. Our next game will be tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. It'll be at Truist Point Park in High Point, North Carolina, the minor league home of the High Point Rockers, as your Hooks-Orr Junior Legion team will take on the guys you see entering right field right now, Wayne County Junior Legion from Goldsboro. For Hooks-Orr Junior Legion and 485 Sports, this is Paul Santrisos and James Alverson. Thank you for tuning in today. Final score again in the first game of the round robin, Carson 3, Hooks-Orr 2. Heartbreaking loss for Hooks-Orr, but they'll go back to the drawing board, find a way to adjust. And Carson, a nice first pickup to get in the bottom of that inning.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.